So I'm with Dan, and he's just been telling me about his neck issues.
Well, of a morning I do try and do some stretches to wake up the body, but what I find is when I do the neck rolls, I'm doing it now and I can hear it going. So it's clicking like a ratchet, really.
So I'm going to show Dan, or guide Dan, to do some somatic neck releases. So he's going to come down onto his front, combining it with one of the traditional yoga poses called Cobra. So he's going to start with his forehead on the back of his hands so he can relax his neck. And I'm going to ask Dan now to just rock his forehead side to side really gently and slowly, so that he can start to sense and feel that movement and how that feels in his neck. He can bring awareness to his breath as he does that. Lovely position to get the breath down to the belly and start to calm the nervous system. And then after the next rock back and forth, we're going to combine a yoga practice with the practice of orienting to release his neck. So as he brings his forehead back to the center, I'm going to ask Dan to take his hands either under his shoulders or a bit wider, what feels good for his upper back for Cobra, and let his legs separate and find some strength by pressing back for support. And he's starting to come up into Cobra, and I'm going to ask him to drop his forehead back down again and come up from the center of his shoulders. So as if the middle of his back, his shoulder blades comes up first and then his neck follows. And then I'm going to ask him to just start to look around this beautiful beach we're here, Kingsbury Head. And he's going to orientate now. This is exploratory orienting, using his eyes to look around and taking the wonders and magic of nature. And he's doing that, you can see, quite slowly, so that he can really look at things, even a grain of sand, how beautiful that could be. And I'm asking him, or guiding him, to just take his time, and he is, to really enjoy the view. Connecting the eyes to the neck. And then when he feels content with that, he can pop his forehead slowly back onto the ground, maybe rock or rest, and breathe well. And Dan, if you want to come when you're ready back to seated of some kind, and just let me know what's happened with your neck when you do those same movements in a moment. Any clicking?
There's a little bit at the edges of the movement, but certainly it's a lot less than it was. It's more.
And how are you feeling in yourself? How was the practice for you?
Yeah, it felt, I dropped into the body. I had a very pleasant experience, appreciating my surroundings, and I can feel certainly more relaxed in the neck.
Right.
Head area. There's relaxation around the eyes and a general reduction in tension.
Thanks, Dan.